Hey girl, are your healthy habits all over the place or non-existent? Do you wish you could find true food freedom, move your body for joy, and really just talk a little nicer to yourself? If you have tried to habit hack your health, but the strategies you've tried just haven't worked for you in your busy lifestyle, then this podcast is for you. Hey, I'm Emily Nichols, habit and fitness coach, behavior change specialist, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I am here to tell you there is an easier way than what we've been taught about our health and our habits. How do I know? Well, because I've transformed my own life through habit hacking, and now my family gets the best of me, and I now help my clients do the same. I'm now going to teach you how to create healthy habits in less time, guilt-free for all seasons of your life. It's not your fault your habits haven't worked, my friend. We just have to do them differently. So, are you ready to feel empowered and transform your habits and life? Then let's do this. You're listening to episode 195 of Self-Transformed. Hey friend, welcome back to the show. Oh my goodness, I have to let you know, last Thursday's habit hack that seemed to really resonate with you all. When I was listening back to it, I heard so much bumping around from my mic. And you know what it was? It was my dog, Dexter, laying under my desk. He was moving and grooving around. So if you hear that sometimes, just know it is my podcast assistant, Dexter. Trying to keep him quiet though for you. So I hope you're having a great Monday so far. I'm really excited to talk about today's episode. We're going to talk about insourcing versus outsourcing when it comes to your self-care. Okay, if you need some ideas, if you're like, I don't even know where to start for self-care, I do have a self-care checklist freebie for you. You can grab it at bit.ly/freebie self-care checklist. It's located in the show notes under the freebie vault as well. If you need some ideas, if you're like, I don't even know where to start when it comes to self-care, like, girl, I don't even know. It's not just bubble baths and manicures. I can tell you that. So go check it out if you need some help. And there's a checklist and some ideas under various categories to help you do just that. So let's talk about what insourcing and outsourcing means. I'm going to give you some examples. I'm going to tell you what our struggles are, and we're going to overcome this together in a very customized, systematic way with, of course, some habit hacks along the way. So what is insourcing? Well, insourcing refers to the practice of taking care of oneself by doing activities on your own without relying on external help, okay? So when this comes through the lens of self-care, this could be a few different things. It could be like mindful meditation, journaling, self-reflection, therapy, counseling, having fun, engaging in creative activities, getting quality sleep, living out your food freedom, which, you know, for me, my definition means eating colorful foods and tacos and margaritas, fueling my body and my soul. And, you know, prioritizing some type of movement, whether that is going to an Orange Theory class, doing yoga. Girl, I have been loving Hot Works. I do it 2 times a week. Ugh, I love it so much. That hot yoga is my jam. So more on that in the next month or so too. P.S. Hint, hint, haha. Yes, so those are some examples of insourcing. Why do we struggle with insourcing our self-care? Well, usually it starts with a lack of time. We just don't feel like we have enough time to take care of ourselves. We're busy taking care of everyone else, right? You feel guilty when you do. Taking time for yourself feels like you are taking time away from your family when you should be prioritizing them. Leading into that, maybe you're just not prioritizing yourself. We feel like everyone's needs are more important than ours sometimes. We're sacrificing ourselves, which go back a few episodes. We talked about resentment that sometimes builds with that. Maybe you're just feeling overwhelmed by all of your responsibilities. You know how we've always talked about how women do habits differently. That's how I teach in all my accelerators. We keep this in mind. So much overwhelm on the inside, reactive things that are happening all the time. Of Girl, I am feeling very overwhelmed lately, to tell you the truth. Both of my boys, their sports seasons have started, and I feel like I'm always running something up to the school or meeting them somewhere else, picking them up, have this parent meeting because of the weather. The weather's so up and down. I feel like it's really get me feeling overwhelmed. So I hope you know I'm not that much farther ahead than you. I still feel like this too. Maybe it's even financial constraints. You feel like self-care costs money. Or really it's just a lack of support, right? You just don't have a support system that you feel like you could ask for help. So leading into that, outsourcing. So outsourcing, on the other hand, what that means is delegating tasks or responsibilities to others in order to free up time and energy for your own self-care. Now, I feel like this one we struggle with a little bit more. Some examples of outsourcing is in regards to self-care. Did you know you are more likely to have your habits stick and meet your goals when you are tracking your progress? Well, maybe you need some tools to help you do that. So that is why I created the Transformation Shop. So the shop offers simple, affordable tools to help you lose the overwhelm when it comes to what healthy habits to focus on. Then we bridge the gap with simple habit strategy to make it work in your busy life. So there are simple habit trackers, tools specific to your fundamental needs like an emotional eating log, fitness tracker, mindset reset, journal pages, and more. And you'll notice with every download, it comes with a free mini training from me, a video training to help you learn how to use that tracker and habit hack it in your life. Plus, you can also find mini workshops and my courses available for you there too. So the shop is going to help you habit hack your health in order to transform into the best version of you. So let's go visit www.transformationshop.co and let me know what tools you'll be using to help habit hack your health in order to transform into the best version of you. Connection and community, right? You're stepping outside of yourself. You're needing to connect with your friends, with some type of community. Connecting with your kids. You know, we all get so busy with the hustle bustle of life. Maybe sometimes you feel like you need more connection with your kids. Another example of outsourcing self-care is boundaries. Boundaries. Asking for help, saying no. Meal delivery. I love this one. Doing meal delivery kits or getting your groceries delivered. I feel like that is a high form of outsourcing your self-care. And actually one of the topics we talk about in our Food Freedom Habits Accelerator, one of the big habit hacks when it comes to food freedom is making meals and grocery shopping a little bit easier. Hiring someone to help you clean your house. Maybe a babysitter. You know, those are ways to outsource your self-care, but this is one of the ways we struggle with the most when it comes to self-care, and we're hesitant to do it a lot of times because some of these are some overflow into reasons for insourcing our self-care too. Maybe it's guilt. Oh, you feel guilty asking for help or saying no, and setting boundaries is super duper duper hard for you. You think maybe it's going to make you look weak or incompetent of doing the job, right? Or maybe you're afraid of fear of judgment. Like some moms worry if they ask for help or outsource some type of tasks, they'll be judged by others as maybe being a bad mom or not being able to handle their responsibilities. Oh my gosh, this kind of reminds me. Do you remember? You weren't there. Maybe you felt this way though. When my kids were really little, both my mom and my mother-in-law helped watch the kids when they were babies when I went back to work, which I was so blessed. I was so blessed, especially with my oldest son because he had some medical issues when he was first born. But I remember I was trying to clean my house before my mom, or especially my mother-in-law, and they came over because I was like, they're going to judge me for how messy my house is. And sometimes they would come over and they would actually tidy up and clean for me. And they were just doing it out of the kindness of their heart because they know, they're like, girl, I know it's hard to keep it up, especially with a newborn. But I would be like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe, what did they think about me while they were cleaning my house, right? If I would have just asked for help, it would have been a lot better instead of holding all those feelings and that they're judging me, which they never were. I was just kind of judging myself. Anyways, I digress. Financial concerns, right? Maybe hiring a house cleaner is not in your budget. I've always wanted to hire a house cleaner, but I never have because that's just not something we want to prioritize our budget to every month. Babysitting, sometimes that costs money. You don't have the expenses, the income to do that right now. Or maybe it's a lack of trust. You don't trust others to do the task properly, or, they won't be able to take care of your kids the way you want them to. And I think a lot of it just comes down to control, right? You feel like you need to be in control of everything, and outsourcing tasks may feel like a loss of control for you. So I think it's really important to recognize that asking for help or outsourcing tasks is not a sign of weakness, right? It is a healthy way to prioritize self-care and manage your responsibilities. Like, we are all in this together, and there are people out there who want to come help you, even just within your circle. I'm not saying you gotta have to hire somebody. Your spouse wants to help you. Your mom wants to help you. A girlfriend wants to help you. It's important for you to really address those concerns and fears, though, that you have about outsourcing, or even the guilt you feel about insourcing your self-care, and communicate your needs clearly to yourself and then with others, especially those who are the most important around you. So a big takeaway from today. So there's ways to insource your self-care, and there's ways to outsource your self-care, right? A combo of both will really build a holistic self-care routine for you to fill your cup, right? We're not pouring from that empty cup. Our cup is so full and overflowing. Your loved ones get that overflow of you, right? However, a big takeaway from today, a big habit hack I want you to think about. So in each of the accelerators that I have, you will take a quiz to find out what type of motivation you need to help you set up your habit hacks according to that. So this applies just to listening to today's episode. Do I need to insource or outsource my self-care, one more than the other? Am I neglecting one area? So this quiz I have you take, it really helps you learn, like, am I self-motivated? I can do things on my own when it comes to self-care. I don't need any other type of motivation. Some of us need more external validation, though. Okay, and you need that motivation from other people, or need that accountability from other people. So if you need more of that external validation, I think outsourcing is a great way to get that, because if you're like, hey, I need to set some boundaries, I need to ask for some help. Hey, babe, can you wash the dishes while I go for a quick walk? That is outsourcing your self-care and giving yourself that little accountability, because you're like, I'm asking for help. I have that accountability because now my husband's like, oh, she gonna go for a walk. I got to help her out. Okay, go for it, right? On the other hand, insourcing, if you're like, I need to do more things for myself and be able to maybe check off on a habit tracker or some type of daily tracker that you're like, yes, I insourced my self-care today. I took some time for some gratitude, some meditation, whatever it is. Or maybe you need that combo of both. I feel like you learning about what motivates you and leaning into that when it comes to insourcing or outsourcing your self-care is going to lead to a more consistent routine with some self-care habit hacks that you can accommodate for your busy life. Okay, so let me know, are you more leaning towards you insource your self-care or do you outsource? I'm assuming most of us insource our self-care more, and I want to encourage you to outsource. Find that balance between both for what you need in this season of your life and take action, my friend. If you need some help, grab one of the accelerators. If you need help in one of those fundamental needs, either mindset, movement, or food freedom, or if you can bundle them all three together and get all three and get the bonus private podcast feed and the routine and flow builder workshop, then do that. Okay? It's all self-paced, and you can also add a one-on-one coaching call if you need some extra help. So, are you going to be insourcing or outsourcing a little bit of both of your self-care? I can't wait to hear more about how this goes for you, my friend. Hey girl, real quick before you go, if you want some free motivation texted to you every week to help you habit hack your health, send me your favorite emoji to 773-904-2157 to sign up for my weekly pump-up text. I can't wait to catch up with you there. And if you have any quick questions for me or feedback, it's me on the other end. So text me back, friend. And if you love the show, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way more mamas can find the show. Tag me in your Instagram stories at Emily Nichols 22 what you love about the show. Show me your review so I can shout you out. Love and appreciate you, friend. I'll see you next time.